Hello friends, how are you? And I hope you all are safe and healthy. So let's discuss today is what is CDN and how do CDNs work. So before we start, let me ask you one question. Have you think about how the social media sites like Facebook, LinkedIn is loading very fast, and how the e-commerce sites like Amazon and Flipkarts are loading the content is very fast. Yes, the only solutions they are using is CDN, the content delivery network. So what is that? If I would say in short definition, that it is a service which uh, uh, which loads your website very fast. And if I technically say, if I would say in technically, this is a group of server distributed geographically and which provides you the content, the very delivering the content very fast. This is how the CDNs work. So the question is next. So these group of servers we have heard from, we have listened, we have learned from the load balancer, right? So in load balancer, what is the difference between load balancer servers and the difference between the CDN servers? The difference between CDN and load balancer servers, the CDNs is actually not hosting any content, and they cannot be replaced the web servers in load balancer. Okay, they are actually helping us to improve the performance of a website using cache, not the actual content. So the cache is used over edge network. Okay. So again, we will discuss more in next episode or another episode about the cache and the edge server. What is the edge server and origin Let server? Let me make you understand through this diagram. So how the CDN actually working. So let me explain through this diagram. Like this is origin server in Mumbai. Okay, but the users are in different locations. Suppose the two users from Delhi, and suppose three users from London, and suppose five from New York and Sydney. Suppose two again. So the total users currently you have for your server is 538 4. Then 12. So total 12 users are using your server and using your application. So how it actually works without CDN? So this 5 users will directly request to your origin server, and these two Delhi users also directly request to your origin server. And how the difference between the distance and how the latency actually is more if the distance is more. So suppose in this case in New York, it will take more time. Like suppose you can consider 200 millisecond. So this is RTT. That means the round trip time. Then again the question is what is round trip time? And round trip time is this is very conceptual. Like I make you understand. So you make a request from client. Okay, client to server. This is the time, the duration, the time the request you made, and you again you get the response from the server, and the processing time. That means the latency is what? The time between request to reach to the server, and this is the request latency, and this is the response latency, this one. So RTT is round trip time is request latency plus response latency plus the processing time in server. So this is the round trip time. So this is we will consider that is 200 millisecond for New York. So suppose in as compared if this is 200, it will take 180 millisecond. This is distance is 10.1 k kilometer, and this is 12.5 k kilometer. If you consider London, it will take less time, like you can consider it is 150 millisecond, and but in the case of Delhi, you can consider it is 40 milliseconds. So this is how this actually server without CDN works. That means the user of Newark will get the worst experience of your applications. So you have to make more proficient and more efficient, you can say, for your web applications. So you have to create the network, and you can reduce the latency and the this time, round trip time, you can reduce that. So through only the solution is CDN. So you can place the CDN servers and the particular location in the, you can say this is the location in Newark, you can place one CDN server. Okay, so this is CDN server here, and in London you can place another CDN server. So according similarly here also you can place CDN server. Okay, so after placing the CDN server, what will happen? The round trip time will be reduced. Okay, so this will become very less. You can 40 millisecond directly call to this user directly call to this server, and this server will directly call to this server. So this is how your website, means your application, will be load faster. So fast consideration is the first feature, and the benefits of CDN is speed. They increase the speed of your website, and decrease the latency, and decrease the round trip time. The next benefit of this CDN network, you can decrease the load of the origin server. Okay, how can we reduce the load of origin server? You can imagine like these server are work like a load balancer. They distribute the load among themselves, and they reduce the load in the origin server. So there is no high load on origin server. So this is another benefit of CDN. And third one is increase the uptime. How the uptime you can increase, like there is nothing happening with origin server. Okay, so that's why the origin server is always off and always healthy in case of this CDN, if you are using the CDN for your web applications. So next is the increase your security. The security, as we already discussed in reverse proxy, so there is no direct interaction with the origin server, with the customer or with the client. Okay, so client is not directly interact with origin server, so that's why the security features will be increased directly. Means there is no harm on origin server. They are directly they are interacting with CDN server, and so that's why they can secure. Means there is a connection between the CDN and the origin server is always secure, but the client can do directly connect to the origin server and can do anything to harm on origin server. So that's a security feature for the CDN network. Okay, so round trip time and latency is the most important feature we can reduce here, and these are the four feature like speed and load and uptime and security will be the taken care by the CDN. Okay, so nowadays the CDN like Cloudflare, Akamai, and Google Cloud. In Amazon, there's Amazon CloudFront is there. So these are the cloud CDN service provider. You can choose any one and use, and I will recommend the Cloudflare because this is free. So I have already shown how the Cloudflare can be integrated in your application, in your website. So you can you can watch that video. The suggested I will put in suggested. You can check from that. Okay, so this is how CDN. What is CDN and how do CDNs work? So thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe. This is not only this type of videos, and we also always coming up with the demo videos. So please subscribe and comment if you have any doubt on these videos. Thank you so much.